What will happen if a full-grown python and a T-Rex fight a 6-ton adult mammoth?
The titan python suddenly burst from the shadows, wrapping itself tightly around a mammoth's neck in a deadly stranglehold. But just before losing consciousness, the mammoth made a desperate charge toward a nearby boulder, using the impact to relieve some of the crushing pressure around its throat. The mammoth then used its trunk to tear at the gaps in the python's coils. As one opening gradually widened, just enough for a front leg to squeeze through dash, the mammoth didn't hesitate. With every ounce of strength it left, it slammed the python beneath its massive foot. A blood-curdling shriek pierced the air as the titan python's body was violently flung away. But this wasn't over yet. The enraged mammoth clearly had no intention of letting this slide. It charged forward, rearing up on its hind legs before bringing both front feet crashing down on the serpent's body. This series of swift, decisive attacks showed no mercy whatsoever. Against nearly 8 tons of crushing force, the python's fragile frame stood no chance. Its body was instantly pulverized into a bloody mess, completely lifeless. This was the price of underestimating your opponent. But nobody saw what was coming next. As the mammoth headed home, a T-Rex suddenly appeared out of nowhere, blocking its path. The mammoth sensed a provocative challenge in the air. These two prehistoric giants instantly locked into a tense standoff. Before the tension could fully build, the T-Rex struck first. However, in a head-on collision, it was completely outmatched by the mammoth and got knocked back immediately. The T-Rex used its superior mobility to circle around behind the mammoth, sinking its teeth deep into the hind leg muscle. The mammoth wasn't about to give up without a fight though. It slammed the T-Rex against a large tree, then brought its massive foot down without mercy. This blow really made the T-Rex suffer. Just as the mammoth thought it had won and turned to leave, the T-Rex incredibly managed to get back on its feet. This time around, the T-Rex had learned its lesson. Instead of mindless charging, it began making calculated, probing attacks, looking for opportunities to strike. Even so, it still struggled to gain the upper hand in direct confrontation, getting tossed aside whenever it let its guard down. With those deadly tusks bearing down, one direct hit would mean certain death. At that critical moment, the T-Rex leaped with all its might, landing with precision to bite down on the mammoth's hip, trying to create a breakthrough. While this caused the mammoth pain, for such a thick-skinned, tough-boned creature, it wasn't a fatal wound, but the T-Rex refused to let go, maintaining its death grip and continuing to tear away. The mammoth quickly came up with a counter-strategy, suddenly lifting both front legs and throwing its entire weight down on the T-Rex's body. Blood sprayed everywhere as the T-Rex was crushed beneath, struggling and roaring in agony. Fortunately, it eventually managed to break free from the crushing weight. By now, though, the mammoth was showing signs of fatigue. The T-Rex keenly seized this opportunity, clamping down on the trunk, one of the mammoth's few vulnerable spots. But the mammoth wasn't finished yet. Those spear-like tusks didn't hesitate to pierce the T-Rex's abdomen, lifting it high into the air before hurling it away. The mammoth prepared to deliver the final blow. However, this battle was far from over. Even after suffering 3 potentially fatal injuries, the T-Rex still refused to fall. Raw survival instinct triggered an explosive burst of energy. A powerful tail whip crashed into the mammoth's head, causing momentary disorientation. Seeing its chance, the T-Rex immediately pounced, latching onto the trunk and violently slamming the mammoth to the ground. Once such a massive body goes down, getting back up becomes extremely difficult. Without hesitation, the T-Rex bit off an ear as a show of dominance, then leaped onto the mammoth's body, tearing away relentlessly. This time, the mammoth's head was completely transformed, covered in wounds and stripped of any ability to fight back. In the end, it had fallen to the land's ultimate ruler. This epic battle concluded with the T-Rex's victory, proving once again that it remained the supreme ruler of prehistoric land.